Hey guys, welcome back to Heavy Metal Rex. My name is Awais, and today I've got a new toy. This is actually the Burger Motorsport intake for the 2022 WRX. I've actually had this for a couple of weeks. It's been really busy, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and take a look and install it and do everything. You know, with all the racing that I've been doing, hanging out with friends, trying to make the channel better. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, especially as we get closer to 1,000 subs. I've been trying to figure out my branding. I've been trying to figure out logos and things like that. You know, you saw the name, the channel for the name, the name for the channel changed to more reflect what it is I'm doing now. Because this used to be a gaming. It was more like a repository for all my Twitch streams, and I just didn't really want to make another YouTube channel. Anyway, let's open this up, let's take a look, and then we'll go outside and install it. It really shouldn't take very long because there's just not much to it. I think it's going to take longer to take the old intake off than it is to actually install this. Burger Motorsport does have specific numbers for what they got on the dyno with this intake and their E30. And they also have very specific numbers for their JB4 app to take advantage of this intake. You know, some basic numbers. So we'll try that out as well. I have an external mic, so what I will do is I want to try and get some like close-up induction noises, which I'm actually really excited about that. I've never done that before. That just sounds really cool. So, but anyway, right now let's open this up and let's take a look inside. All right, here we go. Don't really care that much about unboxings, but I figured since I haven't opened it, you guys might as well take a look as well. It doesn't hurt. Okay. Yeah, the worst knife I could have possibly gotten to open this. Oh, piping. So we got the coupler. What else we got? This is probably the... Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I ordered a red one. It's so funny, like, the things that you forget sometimes. Like, I've ordered so many parts for this car, just like random little parts that I didn't even remember that I ordered that in red. We got the pipe. I mean, I'm showing you guys an intake like this is something you've never seen before. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. It's shiny black. Again, did not remember that. So the math going here. Okie dokie, that's cool. We'll put that down here for now. Anything else? That's really it. And here's the hardware. And by hardware, I mean like two screws. So really, again, like, oh yeah, that's right. It's like my my MA Performance intake. It has instead of a full box, I think it has just like a 2-part heat shield. Yeah, that just goes into the engine bay. So, not bad. And I think now, that might be it. There's nothing else in this box. Yep, that's it. Now it's just me making a bunch of noise. Anyway, let's get outside and start taking the old intake off. All right, guys. Once again, I welcome you into my incredibly dirty garage. I got the car set up, and I do have it on ramps because it'll be easier to get to where the intake is installed down below on the turbo side. I don't want to make that mistake again where I start working on it and I realize I have to lift it, so I ended up just raising it anyway. So right away, the things that we need to take off, this needs to come off, this needs to come off, and the intake is actually on this side, as you'll see. So this looks like it's just a couple of plastic screws. Next, we've got this. There's a couple of bolts. There's 2 bolts over here try 10. Yep, that was a 10. Don't drop that somehow. Got it. Save all this stuff. As you can see, I got one glove hand and one non-glove hand to grab things. Oh, now we gotta take off the math. That's just two little tiny screws. I believe we have hardware for that. That shouldn't be an issue. Oop, got it. Whoops. Ooh, cold hands. There we go. Just like that, the box is out. Put the box right here. And let me make sure you guys can see. So here's the pipe that we're going to be taking out. And as you can see, it goes all the way down. We might actually be able to, looks like there is another screw down there. That's the pipe we're taking off right there, and it leads down there. And there is one screw. You can't see from here. You can actually see there's another screw down there, but I did, like I said, I did take off the shroud down below, so I should be able to get to everything pretty easy. Well, that came off pretty easy. That was down there. But you can see this is the little clamp that we need to take off. Once I take that off, I should be able to just take the whole intake pipe off and we should be good to go. So I'm going to take that off and bring you guys back in here in a sec. All right, so the intake is out. The stock intake is out. So I'm going to put that over here on the side. Next, I've actually brought the other items for the main intake. Single coupler that's going to go on, and we'll clip this guy on there on one side, and then once I can angle the intake in there, I'll put the other clamp on this side, and that's really about it. I mean, it's as simple as intakes go. So I've got a semi decent angle for you guys to see. I'm actually trying to figure out what bolt I can use, or what socket I can use to tighten this hose clamp. Just hand tighten the little nut that was up top. Let's get this in there. So it's a good amount in there. And back on. Although I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to get the hose clamps, or the clamps, looking a little straighter. But I am having trouble doing that with the way it's set up right now. So I'm going to see maybe if I can remove the rest of the shroud down below. Okay, so you can see that the intake tube is on. I realized I made another massive mistake, a mistake that only I can make, and that is not, oh boy, I have to figure this out. The math has to go on there. Yeah, we were able to do it. This is not the preferred method. I will tell you, I would not. If I were you, I would just install it right the first time. So I was able to get the MAF installed. This cable now does reach, that's what I wanted. Let's bring a better lighting here. Oh, that's not stable. Okay, so that's clipped in. This is clipping into here. All right, that's good. This, I guess, is just going to dangle now. Now we've got this guy. I'm just going to test fit that on there, and I need to test the way this goes. So this gets installed. So this is their little shroud. So this goes over here like this. Oh, that's going to be an issue for the cable, is it? No, it's not. And this goes like this, and it's actually we're gonna have to take this bolt off, and this is gonna have to go underneath there. So I think that is that is also a 10 mil. So surprisingly, that was already very loose. I don't know how I feel about that. Comes up from underneath. Is going to go. This one on the outside. This on the outside. These go in the holes. I'm confused how this goes. So that goes like that. I guess those go in the back like that. Okay, I guess. I feel like they should go this way. But that doesn't make any sense. Because this fits here better. Like that. What I'm trying to figure out is there's two holes down there that need to align. And this has like these thingies here. But then they don't go inside these holes. But then it wouldn't make sense to put it inside like this, would it? Or I guess maybe. Well, let's put these in there and see how it feels. Question is, do they screw in like this? Okay. I mean, this doesn't necessarily have to be like super tight either, because their purpose is not to. Oh, okay. All right then. Don't drop those, waste. Really, the purpose of this is to just have a shield from the engine, which it's doing. You know, it's doing what needs to be done. Once this is on, we'll pop the garage open and get some clips. And what I'll do is I'll actually leave my mic here by the exhaust, the intake, so you can hear it. Man, this is a long ass screw. If I were you, I'd get a drill for this. All right, I think it looks good. Nothing's really moving. I got the JB4 app installed, looked at everything. It looks okay. Nothing's really out of the ordinary, but really we're not going to tell until we drive. Everything's pretty solid. The sound, as you guys heard, it's got that push, push, you know. But let me get everything packed up here, and we'll go for a drive. And I'll actually have the external mic underneath the hood too, so you guys can hear exactly what it sounds like, and then we'll do a sound test on the inside of the car. But I do need to dial in a couple of the JB4 settings to make sure that it can account for the intake, because we don't want to drive without a proper tune. So I've been out here messing around with the JB4, trying to get the right settings on it. It's not super complicated, but you have to set your boost targets accordingly, because if you have them very high, it's actually trying to boost even more, and it just doesn't have enough fuel for the amount of air that's coming in, or the amount of boost that it's throwing in there. So I actually end up lowering it a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what kind of power it's making, but this is more of an indication of the sound that you can hear in the cabin. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear through the external mic what it sounds like. And so what I'll do is I'll do a couple of runs with the external mic on, and then I'll switch it over to its internal mic and see how that works. And then we'll put the external mic in the inside of the engine bay, so you can hear more of that intake sound. So let's do some pulls. So right now AFR is somewhere between 13 and a half, which is, it's not bad. People at Burger have been saying that 13 is fine for this car. It's more than fine. Like it's pretty much what stock ran. So this is just going to be like some first gear, second gear, well, more like second gear, third gear pulls. That letting off the induction. I low-key missed that sound because that's my old car had it. Sounds pretty good. Definitely fun. Okay, this is the mic on the camera. And same thing, we'll start at, like 2200 RPM, 2300 RPM, second gear, and just pull from there. Stop, move the mics, do it again.
So the install of the intake actually happened a couple of days ago. I've been really busy shooting a couple of other videos and editing those and stuff that's been going on. I just really haven't had time to come back to this. I finally have a few minutes, and I wanted to do this outro to basically talk about what ended up happening with the intake. So I did take it off the car. I did mess around with the JB4 a little bit more. I was actually using the same settings that Burger Motorsports showed on their JB4 tech page when they released their intake, and up on somewhere around like 45 to 500 RPM, I was definitely having some slight hesitation. And there's definitely people in my community that would be able to assist me with this, but the reason I made this video was mainly for the installation and preparing myself for when I get the Pro Tune, which is eventually I would like an intake for that as well. And I did actually sell my JB4. Like I said, it's I think I recorded this about a week ago, and so I'm a little behind on my videos. And come January, I will have a Pro Tune, and the intake will be used in that. But I did want to at least get a clip out for the sound. And you know, it's the reason I picked this over the ETS one is at the time it was cheaper, and I think outside of sales, this is still cheaper, and I like the way this looks. It's got like the black and the red. And outside of that, I didn't have any other particular reason for picking it. I think my original idea was when I bought the JB4 that Cobb was still maybe a little bit further away, like maybe a couple more months and not until like 2023. And then of course, like a couple of days after I bought the JB4, Cobb announced that they were going to come out with their stuff within, I think, like maybe a week and a half. So I was a little irritated with that because my last car was Cobb tuned and it was E-tuned, and it was a lot easier to mess around with that. I'm glad that there's more options. But I think and I've actually already talked about this in my other video, and I think I'm probably going to make another one after I install the Cobb on my car as well to talk more about that. I hope that this helps if you are trying to install this, or actually any intake. I hope this helps you. And you know, I thought that it sounded great. That was the main thing. Honestly, I just wanted to hear the way it sounded, you know, and it reminded me of my 21, and I did have the MAP intake in there, and it sounded really good. I think it's a little quieter than the MAP one. I don't know if that's more the intake or just the car. I'm not 100% sure. It still did have like a nice induction noise. So if you're looking for that and you have a JB4, this is a really good option. You know, it sounds great. You can get the performance out of it if you sit down and you take the time in the app to tune it, or talk to somebody for a burger, or like I said, there's a couple of people in the Subaru community that are doing this, helping others tune it. So kind of look around. That's it. That's all I really have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.